remarks on the eve of the 7th anniversary of its illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August, through which it seeks to alter the internationally recognized disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir. These statements, those actions were a flagrant violation of the relevant Security Council resolutions, international law and India's own international commitments. The elections to the 13th Legislative Assembly of Azad Jammu and Kashmir are being conducted in a peaceful, transparent and orderly manner in accordance with the constitutional and legal framework of governing the AJK. They reflect democratic aspirations and political will of the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. India has neither the legal standing nor the moral authority to comment on democratic process in AJK, while it continues to deny the people of Indian illegally occupied Kashmir the fundamental political rights and democratic freedom. Let me add that no amount of misinformation or propaganda can alter the legal and historical reality that Jammu and Kashmir remains an internationally recognized disputed territory, and its final disposition is to be determined in accordance with the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions, as well as the freely expressed will of the Kashmiri people through the UN-administered plebiscite. India's attempt to invoke misleading casualty figures cannot obscure its own well-documented record of serious and systematic human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. These includes and are well documented, including extrajudicial killings, arbitrary detentions, enforced disappearances, effective punishment, and restriction of fundamental freedoms, and more significantly alter the demographic composition in the occupied territories in contravention to the international law. So such statements are clearly intended to deflect international attention from India's continued violation of international human rights and humanitarian law, as well as its persistent failure to fulfill international obligations. Pakistan would therefore reiterate its call on India to reverse the illegal actions, create an environment conducive to peaceful settlement of the issue of Jammu and Kashmir in accordance with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. Ji, madam.
If Pakistan has had any official contact or engagement with Bangladesh since yesterday's address that was there of the exiled Sheikh Hasina and his son. There were some comments made about Pakistan. Have we had any engagement with that, or are we still considering it an internal issue for Bangladesh?
Well, of course, our diplomatic engagement with Bangladesh continues. So they are not bound by one single event, or bound or constrained by one single event. So I'm sure the diplomatic engagement between the two sides through normal diplomatic channels in Dhaka and Bangladesh and Islamabad are continuing, and we are aware of the developments, particularly with reference to the event yesterday. We do not interfere in internal affairs of other countries, and as such, we do not have any comment to offer. The fact that this statement was made from India is a matter between those two countries, Bangladesh and India. Let me add that people of Bangladesh are fully capable to resolve their issues independently without external interference. We respect their sovereign choices and will continue to cooperate with them in the journey towards progress and prosperity. Ji, Anas.
Thank you so much, spokesperson. The Indian Ministry of External spokesperson has usually rejected these comments made by the Foreign Minister, Pakistan Foreign Minister, on Your Minister Saath yesterday while calling it political absurdity. Your comments on the statement issued by the Indian. Thank you.
Yes, we saw this statement issued this morning by the Indian MEA. We categorically reject the statement and its self-serving eulogy of India's illegal actions of 5th August 2019. The Indian leadership has been expressing this self-serving eulogy of India's actions. No unilateral action by India, nor any amount of rhetoric can alter the internationally recognized disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir or deny the people of Jammu and Kashmir their inalienable right under international law and relevant UN Security Council resolution. The reality in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is that a prolonged and heavy military presence coupled with draconian laws continue to facilitate demographic change aimed at altering the territory of the territory's Muslim majority character. At the same time, systemic efforts persist to suppress the voices of Kashmiri people and erase their distinct identity. The claims of so-called development cannot substitute for the inalienable right of the people of Jammu and Kashmir to determine their own future through a free and impartial plebiscite under the auspices of the United Nations in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. So we remain unwavering in our support for the just struggle of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and we call upon India to reverse its illegal and unilateral measures and its human rights violation and engage in the peaceful resolution of Jammu and Kashmir in accordance with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. Thank you. Ji Mateen Sahab.
Thank you, Ambassador Absa. This is back to Jammu and Kashmir. Yesterday, at a news briefing in United Nations headquarters, UN Deputy Spokesperson endorsed Pakistan's narrative and Pakistan's position on 5th August 2019, unilateral actions taken by Government of India, and said
तर्जुमान दफ्तर ख़ारजा की जानिब से हफ्तावार प्रेस ब्रीफिंग दी जा रही थी। उनकी जानिब से बताया गया वज़ीर-ए-आज़म शहबाज शरीफ।
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।